Your Madam President, what would you have done?
At this moment, I'm going to sack the IG. I will sack the IG. Every CP in any state that the protesters were attacked would immediately be redeployed. I might likely sack them, but I will look at the implication, whether sacking the IG of police and immediately sacking all of those things, we have any kind of implication in terms of security. Then the next thing, I'm going to do a broadcast, a live broadcast, and say to all the youth, apologize to them for what has happened and the fact that I didn't competently handle the issue in a way that it shouldn't have degenerated to this moment. I will then immediately in Abuja call for a town hall meeting. I'll probably use Transport Hilton. They have a big floor and a big hall. Get all the protesters that are there to come over there. Of course, we ensure their search and everything in terms of putting security in place. They come in there and we will do a live address while I listen to them. I'm going to spend the first 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours, just listening to them speaking about what has happened, what they're going through, the pain that they just allow them air their pain. And then I will speak to them and give them an execution plan, the things that I am going to do. And I will make sure that they know that I have their back. And when I say something, I mean it. And I'm not going to be the kind of president where I will say one thing and do another thing. The moment I'm done with Lagos, the next place I'm going to go to, I'm done with Abuja. The following day, I'm making that announcement. I'm coming to Lagos. For the next 1 to 2 weeks, I'm going to go around the hotspots of this EndSARS movement, and I'm going to meet the youth, and we're going to have what I call town hall meetings and hear from them. Immediately, I'm going to constitute that panel that is going to investigate the police that have been accused of this heinous crime, and so that immediately we will have them being prosecuted. This is going to be a very expedient kind of work that needs to be. It's not something that we need to slack on. Then the next thing, of course, while that is happening, I'm going to set up a truth and reconciliation panel, like an Oputa panel, like what the South Africans did, so that we'll have victims and perpetrators coming together, where a lot of people will come and air their pains. And we're going to dig this back to as far, even if it's 30 years ago, we're going to carry everything back. But let people come and talk about the atrocities that were meted on them. And we will have people so that they can have closure. The state will apologize to them. And then we will begin to prosecute. For those who have been victims, we'll begin to draw up a report and with names of all those that have been victims, whether they have been killed or those that have been maimed. There are some on wheelchair and everything. We find a way of compensating them. But before then, there's also something. The recent protest victims, I'm going to write a handwritten letter to every of the families, signed, written by me and signed, to apologize about what has happened. And then, of course, while the panel is going on, there's going to be an overall reform and overhaul of the Nigerian police force, so that, and this culture of brutality that we've had in the Nigerian police force, we are not going to have another management system to ensure that it is no longer this way that they go about. We have to change the fact where this culture of brutality is entrenched in the Nigerian police. We have to stop all of that. And then, of course, we go on to have a constitutional backing towards policing in Nigeria, so that all of this, all the other kind of the police force that we've had, or from the colonial era up to today, where they feel they can be used to squash other people, will no longer be that. We will have a collaborative police force that has to work hand in hand with the people. And in doing that, I must ensure that there will be recruitment of police into the Nigerian police will be based on competence, character, capacity, qualification, intelligence. In every country, the people that go into the police force are high-standing members of the society. But unfortunately, in Nigeria, it is the dregs of the society that mostly go into police force, especially at the low entry level. Because you find out that in families, many people, what they normally would do is that, if there's somebody who is not doing very well, either who is stealing or who is smoking or who is into drugs, they will say, go and put him in police. That culture has to stop. Yeah, that's how normally happens in family. They say put him in police or soldier. That culture has to stop. We now must have upright, fine-standing members of the community be in the police, Nigeria police, of course. And then we'll no longer even call them force. It will be now, we will now have community and state policing, whereby you have maybe Kaduna Police Department, Lagos Police Department, Kano Police Department, Edo Police Department, so that every state governor will not be a real chief security officer, where the police, they are answerable to them, and that's what they're doing. And all of this, of course, have this restructuring that would ensure that we restructure the whole security system that we have, instead of everything being under the commander-in-chief. We'll put all of this so that state governors will also be able to handle some of the responsibility.